What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I want to talk about Aaron Glenn's press conference. He spoke with the media. The Jets are on a short week, so we'll be turning the page very quickly to get to this Jets and New England Patriots division rivalry matchup on Thursday. But Aaron Glenn spoke, and there was a lot of quarterback conversation, so I wanted to cover that. He was asked how sustainable it is for the Jets to win with how Justin Fields played on Sunday. Here's what he had to say.
Aaron, obviously you got the win, but how sustainable is it when your quarterback has only 12 yards passing going into the fourth quarter? And I think he only completed 2 passes that went past the line of scrimmage all day.
Yeah, well, again, he only threw 11 passes. And here's what I tell the coaches and players. As coaches, man, we coach to win the game. As players, you play to win the game, however that may be. And sometimes it's not pretty for fantasy players. Sometimes not pretty for the media. The only thing that matters is how we do it. And the W is all that matters. So it's a by any means necessary type of league. And, you know, my plan is to continue to coach to win the game, you know, however that may be. And we're going to continue to do that.
He didn't really answer that question. He kind of just said you coach to win, and he did just that. And look, his quarterback clearly wasn't playing well, and they fed Breece Hall, and they had 2 special teams score. And you know, special teams is a phase of the game that really matters, and I think it gets overlooked a lot. But the Jets have they had a great return day in both kick and punt return against the Browns. Their field goal kicker and Nick Folk has not missed a field goal at any point so far this year, which is a major plus. And Austin McNamara is like not hyperbolic at all. The best punter in the league, a top 3 punter in the league. He's been fantastic. Chris Banjo's done a really good job with that staff. I covered it in the first video that I did earlier today. But clearly, like, that's the main reason why they were able to win. And it takes all phases. And sometimes you're going to have games where your quarterback doesn't play well, and how do you adjust? And clearly they decided to rely on the run game. They were helped out with a couple of touchdowns on special teams, and that was enough to do it. Like, if you look at the numbers with Justin Fields, 6 of 11 for 54 yards. He completed just 2 passes that were past the line of scrimmage. None of them were over 5 yards. Had a touchdown, had a pick, first pick of the year. The touchdown was a screen that Breece took 42 yards. I also saw a wild stat that this is the 4th time in 8 starts that Justin Fields has failed to reach 50 net passing yards, which is more than Zach, Sam, Gino, and Mark Sanchez had in significantly more starts. The 4 of those guys started significantly more games. In only 8 starts, we've seen that happen 4 times, and it's happened 3 out of his last 4 starts. It's been poor. It hasn't been very good. But with that, don't ask Aaron Glenn about the quarterback for this week.
Other than that, I would say this: please don't ask me anything about the quarterback, because you know I'm not going to tell you, and I don't want to waste my time when it comes to that. When it comes to who's starting. So, any other questions?
By the way, like, fully not expecting or asking the Jets to make a change on a short week. I don't think that's a logical play. The Pats are roughly league average against the pass. They're really good against the run. They're 6th against the run. The Browns were 13th in pass, by the way, in terms of EPA. They were the best against the run. And like, that kind of goes into my final clip that I wanted to play here. Aaron Glenn shouted out the offensive line and Breece Hall as well for their contributions in this Jets win.
Hey, G, what did you think about the play of your offensive line yesterday? And also, we were encouraged by the 4th quarter where Cleveland knew you guys were going to try to run the ball, and you were able to get it done.
Yeah, it was. Listen, I was really excited about that, because when you look at what Cleveland was doing, they ran a ton of cover 0 to where they had no middle field safety. Everybody was in the box. And man, you give credit to the O-line by really getting knocked back and allowing Breece not to be touched for 3 yards. And when he did get tackled, he actually fell for 2, so that was a 5-yard gain. But I'll also say, man, Breece did a hell of a job of of making something out of nothing for the most part. Because when you play cover zero, that could be an unblocked players, and Brees did a hell of a job making one guy miss and actually getting the crease and making plays. So it was a combination between the O-line making their blocks in certain situations and then Brees, man, being Superman and making some of those plays. So I was excited about that and happy about the way they did that. Because I could see that happening, with other teams. Obviously, Denver did the same thing. We weren't as effective, but to be able to come back and be able to do that this game, I thought was important for us to show that.
I mean, the coach said it. The Browns sold out against the run, and it all this whole video ties together. Even if you go back to this one where Glenn's talking about the offensive line and Brees Hall, the Jets clearly could not pass the ball. The Browns knew what was coming. They knew that the Jets were going to run the ball, and they weren't able to stop it, and they still had success with it. And that's a positive sign for this team. It's a positive sign that the head coach figured out a way to win a game where he wasn't getting good quarterback play. It's a positive sign that the offensive line was as dominant as what it was. Myles Garrett ruins games for teams, ruins games. He had one sack. I mean, he had a sack, which is, he does that quite a bit. He's usually a 20-plus sack guy a season, but it wasn't one of those games where he had 5 and a strip sack and a batted interception, anything like that. Like Olu Fashanu and Armand Membu held up really well in pass protection in this game, and they were moving people in the run game, man. That right side of the line with Joe Tippmann and Armand Membu was just really getting to work. And on the screen pass for a touchdown, Joe Tippmann was out in space doing his thing. Josh Myers was out running down the field picking up blocks. The Jets have a very athletic offensive line, which again is perfect for what they're trying to do offensively. And when they get the ball in their playmakers' hands like Brees Hall, he's able to have success with it. And he's pacing out to have his most rushing yard season, right? Like the pass or receiving numbers maybe haven't been there as much this year, but he's on pace for 1,200 rushing yards, which would be the most that he's had in any season in his career. So just wanted to go through and give my reaction to the main points of Aaron Glenn's press conference. What'd you make of his, in a way, defense, I guess I would say, of Justin Fields, and shouting out the run game as well? Let me know what your thoughts are on the Jets offense. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.